Okay, let's just see if we're broadcasting. Make sure I can hear everything. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Okay, so I'm just gonna have a nice, calm, relaxing session of Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I've not played this for a while, so you'll have to forgive any control issues that I have. And also, I'm just doing this bit of exploration. I pretty much finished the main campaign as far as I can tell, but I just wanted to have a nosy around old London town, see what I can see, and take it from there. As you can see, 94%, so maybe I've not quite finished everything that I need to finish. I really enjoyed playing this game. I actually enjoyed Assassin's Creed Unity. By the time I played that, they'd fixed most of the issues which had afflicted it at launch. And it was another game where I think, because it was launched with a number of issues and bugs, that they overshadowed what was actually, in the end, a very good game. Which was unfortunate. And that spilled over, I think, into some people's attitudes towards this game, which is outstanding. I'm looking forward to the next installment of Assassin's Creed. I do really like these games. So let's see where we're at. Okay, so according to this, I've conquered the city of London. So now try to refamiliarize myself with the control system. A lot of them are pretty standard from game to game, but there are some nuances which are obviously different. So let's try and find a mission to do. What's that? That's a collectible. It would be just my luck that the only thing left are the collectibles, which would be quite annoying, to say the least, because the collectibles can be quite, how can I say, they can be quite difficult to come out to do, or not difficult in so much as time consuming, and they're not particularly interesting to watch. Someone running around and trying to find things. Well, I can't actually find any missions here. The game's telling me 94%. That I can only assume. Let's bring up the legend. Well, it appears all the memories have done. And those were the things that I thought that I had things left. The associates. Is it just the secret vault? Oh, maybe it's just the secret vault. Hiding spot, opportunity. This might not end up being a very long stream after all, or a terribly interesting one, which is not a very good way to start, is it? But well, anyway, let's have a look around, shall we? I mean, we can. Well, that was unfortunate. That he got in my way there. Assassins did not kill civilians. Well, apparently they do, because if we go off that. got here? Throwing knives, hallucinogenic dart. Let's see what we can do here. We're just messing around, having a bit of fun here. We're not trying to do anything. Let them beat the hell out of each other. Is he the only one left? How's he still alive? He won't be for much longer anyway. The hallucinogenic thing should kill him. I need to try to figure out what the things are that I haven't done. In the progression thing says I have still things to do. What they may be, I don't know. Unless it's oh, he's a bad guy, so we can do that with confidence. Okay. So, not that one. Progression log. See, that's the story so far. I can only assume the total synchronization perhaps relates to completing every single mission with 100% synchronization, in which case I'm not going back and doing all that, that's for certain. Okay, I can't change characters at this time. Is there anything in here? Templar conspiracies. See, are these telling me... See, I've done all of that. Conquest activities, they're all done. World War I is all done. Evie's notebook is all done. Ah, maybe it is the Secrets of London then, and these perks that I need to do. But then again, there it does say story 94%, which would lead me to think, unless they're doing the god awful thing of including DLC, in which case I wouldn't be very happy about that, because I don't think that should count. I mean, it is the here we go, story. Associate activities, London stories, and, well, hang on, no. So, hang on. It must be to do with that. Yeah, it's to do with not 100% synchronization, which means when you do the missions, you fulfill all of the individual criteria, which means replaying, as you can see here, a whole lot, which I'm not doing because it's just essentially replaying what I've already done. Associate activities, I'm guessing that's going to therefore be the same thing, which again, there is nothing to doing that. What's this? Train hideout, miscellaneous. Well, there's those. What's that? Helix glitches. Well, let's just have a wander around. Let's see what we can do. Take it from there. Why I can't change characters because I'm not actually. I'm not on a mission at the moment. There's something I could do here. Wonder if it was... Ah, right, maybe it was because of the... What weapons has he got? Pistol, throwing knives, got the same stuff basically. Oh, no, don't do that. The game does do that thing that a lot of Assassin's Creed games tend to do quite often, which is when you get a map that's supposed to show you the location of all of the crates and stuff, and oh dear, it didn't go to plan, did it? They don't tend to show them all. Good grief, I'm being terribly here. I've not played this for some time, that's my excuse anyway. Okay, well, where they become anonymous to... Well, I guess that was that then. Did I win? I guess I won. Well, there you go. That was poor horse. I didn't do that. That was those wicked men who did that. I had nothing to do with it. What do you want? Oh, right. Okay. Oh, well, I might as well refill all. Don't appear to have an awful lot of money. That's surprising.
We'll be feasting tonight,
Aye. Would have thought I would have had a bit more money this late on, unless I can't remember what the hell I was doing before. I could quite possibly have spent a lot of money. Let's go to the train, because I think that stores some cash and what have you. Let's have a look. We can oh, that's longer than you. And that's how we do that. Oh, you don't have to say anything. It's perfectly fine. We shall... What's this thing here that looks like it's got a money sign on it? No. No. Silly little child, move out of the way. So again, I'm not actually in the process of doing any quests. It was really, I just noticed while I was browsing games to actually free up some space on the hard drive that had not completed the story on this, so I thought, so that's why I put it back up, and I thought, well, that took care of him. There does seem to be some progress going towards crowd events, but I'm unsure as to whether that contributes in any way to the final thing. But yeah, so I decided to put this up, and I thought I might as well stream whatever was left of it, only to find that I have done it. It's just I didn't 100% every quest, which I have no real interest in going back and doing. To my mind, when you do a mission, it's done. Just because you didn't do full synchronicity shouldn't count towards the status of the actual game itself being complete. There we go. On board the train now. So, access gear and weapons. Don't want that. There is a access the black market. What do you access?
Nigel nicked a Gatling gun. Wish I'd done something like that.
Okay. Yes, these are just fellow gang members. What was that? Access souvenirs. No. There's an awful lot of filler in these games, collectibles and so on. That's what I want. Collect income. That's I do recall looking at this and seeing this. That's just showing me, I guess, the completion of the main quest of the game, because the guy, I think in the middle there, was the head honcho. So, what have we got? Oh, that's the thing there. What's this? Access gang upgrades. They're all upgraded. I guess that's what I spent my money on. So that's all done. There's a nice little nod there to the excellent Assassin's Creed Black Flag. There's Evie. Now let's get a face full of carcinogens and God knows what else being pumped out. This will be an interesting thing if I can do it. Oh, there we go. That's obviously not going to be the healthiest of places to remain for much longer. Oh, it's telling me to run down. I don't want to run down. I want to heroically grab one of those things. Oh god, and heroically get my head knocked off. Okay. Does it all look like this around here? Do we get to something different soon, I wonder? So yeah, I was saying earlier, you buy maps that are supposed to reveal where all the helix glitches and all of the other things are supposed to be in the game, and unfortunately, they don't reveal everything. Come on, I should be able to jump from here onto there. Don't want to run. It's going to make me do that, isn't it? Oh well. So much for the heroic train jumping. You would access the map and it would show you where the treasure chests and the helix glitches are. And as you can see here, that it's telling me in the City of London there's 2 helix glitches to collect. Well, I'll be damned if I can find them. And I have explored the map, and I wonder sometimes, do they purposefully hold a couple back that don't show on the map, which seems pretty pointless, acquiring an in-game map or in-game markers for the map that you pay for that show you the location of 90% of the locations of them, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And it doesn't tell you that either when you get the map. It doesn't say, well, this is for 75%. So these have done all of the helix glitches there, all of them there, all of them there. That's the Thames again. I've done that one. See, there's 2 missing in Westminster. Okay, and 1 missing there. So this is where it becomes quite weird. The Secrets of London. Let's lock on to that. Quite a ways away, but well, you know, we've not got story to do, so let's at least make it Oh dear, somewhat interesting. Uh-huh. Okay. I hope this Secrets of London is not one of these absolute menace. Excuse me, absolute menace. Things that you have to look around. Came off my zip line then. Oh, well, at least we're getting a nice scenic tour of the rooftops of 19th century London. If nothing else, I think it probably would have been more prudence of me, I guess, to check to make sure there was actually something worthwhile streaming with this. Because I definitely am not up for playing through missions I've already done, in the hope of trying to 100% them, going through the... sometimes you have to go through some hoops in order to be able to do it. That's not enjoyable. Come on. There we go. Alright, I'm bored of doing the rooftop thing now, so... let's, don't mind me, officer. Let's all go down the... well, the song would say the Strand, but I don't think that's where I'm at. My geographical knowledge of London is terrible, considering I live way away from it. In the meantime... let's do my... stop it in the way of me. My own version, my solitary version of the London Marathon. Yeah, I'll just wandering around here, just thinking right about now that you could not run into that carriage would be a good start, but you could set a really good H.G. Wells War of the Worlds with this game engine now. Just get a few giant Martian tripods coming along and torching everybody, and you have to survive. That would be rather good. Really, it'd go quite well with this graphics engine, I think, because you've got all the black smoke up there, and yeah. I'm surprised nobody's ever made a proper go of making a video game of that in the modern era. The only one that I can remember that was done properly as a full release game, I think it was published in the early to mid 80s on the ZX Spectrum, and I think it came out on the Commodore 64, though I'm not 100% certain of that. I only ever remember seeing the Spectrum version of it. Was one that was based on Jeff Wayne's musical version of War of the Worlds. And you had to survive in that. It was actually quite, from what I've seen of it online, watching some YouTube videos, it actually looked quite good. Now, you know, I mean, given the, I mean, you don't get to blow anything up in it. You don't get to blow any of the trap. Oh, of course, I'm being an idiot. There was the, I've actually got both of them. The ones that came out, the one that came out on the PlayStation, I have a video up on my own channel about it, where you did get to blow them things up, and then you had the real-time strategy. I am going in the wrong direction. The real-time strategy version. Oh God, I'm half asleep. I've actually got those games. I've got the one on the PC, although I can't get it to run anymore, and I have the PlayStation one, which I have a video up on this channel. I could actually play it on the PS3. So I don't know what I'm talking about. That was ridiculous. I can hear a music box. So what do we have? One of them. So is that music still going to keep on playing, or is there another one exceptionally close to me? Oh no, there we go. Stop now. So yeah, that was one of the secrets of London that I found there. So when I'm not making a complete arse of myself on a stream by forgetting two more recent War of the Worlds games, mind you, in my defence, I will say that I did originally say based on H.G. Wells' book, not Jeff Wayne's musical version, which, yes, is based on H.G. Wells' book. But those games took an awful lot of liberty, even with the 1970s album that they were based upon. They were pretty good, though. I remember the real-time strategy being fiendishly difficult. No matter which side you play, you think that the easy mode would be to play as the Martians, but no, it wasn't. So, we have 5 out of 5 of the Secrets of London, 3 out of 4. Where are they on this? Is there any secrets of? Yes, 1 out of 7. So there's an awful lot of these to find. But we'll just have a wander around. It's somewhat easier playing this with headphones on to be able to hear that music, but I wouldn't have a clue as to how I would find them otherwise. And of course, there was the game that came out. Speaking of War of the Worlds, but I don't think it's available anymore. That came out on the Xbox 360. That I think was narrated by Patrick Stewart, which was pretty good. But it was kind of a survival game, but it was a side-scrolling game. It was a bit like a, dare I say, a Prince of Persia type game where you had to basically time the things that you did in order to not get killed by various things in the environment. It was a very tough game at times. I got quite far in that, and I got to this point where I just kept dying repeatedly, and I hadn't a damn clue what I was supposed to be doing. Yeah, so actually going through all this, there have been 4 War of the Worlds games, but none that I don't think have ever really captured the true essence of the book. That again, the don't worry, he was a baddie. The one that came out on the Xbox One again was one that took an awful lot of liberties with the source material. And I just think with the modern technology now, you could create an excellent survival horror game set in that universe. I'm going to drop that subject anyway before I discover there's more games and I've dug myself into a real big hole. But I'm not counting mods. I'm not counting mods to current games. I'm talking about commercially released full games, of which I've gone from 1 to 4 as my aging brain as synapses have fired up. Incidentally, remembering the oldest one, not the more recent ones, which I don't know what that says about my memory, but I don't think it could be anything good. Now, I think there's a helix glitch here. It looks like. Is that a helix? Could be. We're about to find one that didn't show up on the map, although it should have done. I'm on the rope, you berg. Right. Next thing, how do we get that? Logic would say that to get on that rope, for some reason you can't just leap up. Get on that rope, get to there, and do a jump. Kind of like that, but off that one. So. Or maybe not. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he's going to jump normally or like a fool. No, he's going to jump like a fool. Which is really annoying. I mean, why he just doesn't jump like he always does, I don't know. I guess it's because they just want to be annoying with these things. Because hunting down all of these articles isn't annoying enough. I have to... Maybe if I do this... Oh, really, game? Can't even see the bloody thing now. Happy days. It's just putting it. See, it's just putting it in an awkward place on purpose. Hang on. No, I got it. A social glitch. That's an interesting thing. Well, at least they've cured the issue of glitchiness, I suppose, by making them part of the game. I didn't even think I'd got that then. I thought I'd gone past it. And that, I don't think, has... Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't think that even counted as finding a glitch here, which is most annoying. Okay. More aimless wandering. Yeah, doesn't tell me anything other than the fact that it's a shop. Which is no use. Oh, there we go. There, now we've got a helix glitch has appeared. Now, that's not the same one, is it? Get out of the way, damn you.
That's it, girl.
I don't think this is in the same location. Now, in spite of how dull it's been so far, I still find this more interesting than watching an episode of EastEnders, but never mind. You're going to be one of these awkward bastard ones, aren't you? Are you? Yes, you are. Because of reasons. There we go, got that one. So that is all of those now in this area, because that miraculously showed up. I can only assume that even, like I say, I buy the map, which is supposed to reveal all of them, that it doesn't, which then defeats the objective of the map. So for it to show up, I would essentially have to wander around within... Like, I'm too missing in Westminster. I'd have to wander around all of here until the map decides it's going to reveal their locations to me. Which is not entertaining. That's not going to be enjoyable for either me playing it or anybody watching it. Which is just... That's just bloody stupid in my book. I mean, it's not like the maps were cheap either. They weren't. I mean, they didn't cost real money, but the in-game currency, they're supposed to reveal everything when you get them, but they don't. Which is bloody pointless. Where am I anyway now? It's over here. What shop is that? But that's something that is not just in this Assassin's Creed game. I don't know whether Ubisoft think it's funny, but to say, here's a map that reveals all of the secret locations and what have you in this area, only for it not to. That's either poor programming or they think they're funny, in which case you can have one of those. Oh, bloody hell, here we go. Move, Sprog. What do you sell? You just sell things I don't want, or don't need.
Nothing to your liking?
Nope.
Well, do come check again soon.
Well, at least you didn't tell me to piss off. Which, my track record in shops these days seems to be par for the course. Anyhow, that's a story for a different time. So, yeah. I think I might already be done with this, because just aimless exploration is not going to be interesting. And I'm really not that fussed. I don't really chase achievements. And I just say, I thought, going back to this, thought that I actually had missions left to do in the story. What's this? The Strand. Oh, was it the Strand before? Oh, well, there you go. I didn't even know. Yeah, then it says 94% of the story, and then that's a progress tracker. You realise the only reason it's sat at that is because I needed to 100% synchronise these. I'm just not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. So I'm gonna knock this one on the head, I think, and then I'm gonna put something else on. I'm gonna stream something else, because otherwise this is just going to become phenomenally boring. But at least I know that I have actually completed the main quest of the game. I just haven't 100%ed it because of things like that, which I'm just not really interested in. And the same applies to that. They're all done. They're all done because none of these are showing up on the map. It's just that they've not been 100%ed, and finding them is going to be incredibly tedious for the few that's left for me to find. That's just going to be tedious, and I'm not that fussed. When you get, as I say, you get the in-game map for that, and then it doesn't show everything on the map. It becomes pointless. So, right, I'm going to knock this on the head, and then I'm going to come back shortly with something else that's probably a little bit more interesting. I'm just trying to think what to do. But, yeah. Thanks for anybody who's been watching this. Sorry it wasn't more interesting, and I shall be back shortly.